Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are starting to put together my Week in the Life album. I am actually, technically when I'm filming this, still in my documenting week, but I want to start piecing it together just to see if my formula is working out. Already a caveat that I have changed is that I went ahead and took apart the journal. I think I mentioned it in my video that I had it, that I wasn't using it because I still wanted to do an album. But in the end, the pages that were in it, I still wanted. So I have at least the ones with text. So what I mean by that is I have this one with the gratitude and the feelings. This one that has all the ing words. So this one becomes a little repetitive for me, but the ings actually don't repeat on that 4x6 card except for watching and listening. Watching and listening. So other than thinking, feeling, and laughing are different. So I was able to add even more ing words. And why I went ahead and still use these was because I felt like I've always done some sort of long form journaling, at least I did last year and stuff. And not that I didn't like it, but I actually never have done like an hourly schedule and stuff. So it was good for me. I felt like that was enough of the journaling that I needed to show the schedule on what I did day to day. And so I have to go in just to fill in Monday a little bit because like I said, I decided on this like midweek. And then I am going to use the pages that say the day of the week from the journal on one of the opposite pages, because then it gave me more room for photos and I just wasn't sure if I was going to have enough. So this one will get used up with that, just to have it in there. And then on this side, I thought, oh, I can have more long form journaling there too. But then in order to kind of use more of the photos I took every day, if I made collages, and these were collages, you know, on a 4x6 like this, there are 4, that this too were just a little bit more of the details of the day, that I didn't want a big 3x4 photo or anything on there. And then on this one, we will go ahead and stamp 1, 2, 3. So I have the 1, 2, 3. I just finally decided on a size because I could have gone really big or really small. But I just feel like, let me go ahead and stamp them all. That way I can write right on here and have this page also done. And then I feel like this will be the last page for the day of the week. And then have it just be blank, and that's okay. Because then Tuesday we'll start here with, you know, the opening page of being the acetate with the number. So it'll be like that for Tuesday. And I kind of like that resting spot because I could fill it with journaling paper, you know, scrapbook paper, or more photos if it needs it, but I'm okay with that order having it be like a resting spot. You know what I mean? And I don't know what I just got on that photo right there. Great. Now it's just smeared. So yeah, so I just want to show, kind of like I said, do this process for Monday in a little bit of a detailed fashion. And then I can do some of that, the other work of just cutting pictures down and stuff off camera. That way, because like I said, it will be a formula. And yeah, so let's get started. I am glad I got to utilize these pages in my 6x8 album still. I think I just knew after a while of considering doing the journal, while I like the aspect of the journal, if I do it one year, I will do the suggestion that Hiba Alsabai did on the blog, and she put it onto like rings in order to make it easier to work on during the week because it does get chunky. So at least for this one, I didn't want this journal to sit in my stash for another year because I did buy it last year. So I took out the pages, added some washi to reinforce kind of those torn edges, and we're able to use them into the 6x8 album. I like that I did this in the end because, like I said, a lot of my journaling was done real time. Except for some of the facts and feelings on that second part of the column there, simply because I think once I did my gratitude, I was like, oh, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. And so I haven't. So I feel like that column will be more of like a reflective look back at the day when I'm flipping through the photos. And that's okay too, to have some real-time journaling and some reflective journaling. I think it's a nice combination. So on these right here, I am deciding to add the date, the actual date. So I did May 1st through the 7th. So I date stamp the little chipboard piece that came in the main kit collection. And I think I mentioned that I'm using the little circle chipboards to add 3 more details of the day depending on what the little chipboard says. So some of them are like home life, work life, what I love, things like that. So I have like I'll have a sentence per box for each of the days of the week, which is also, again, just using the product, because otherwise these 4x4 cards would just sit in my stash, because I usually don't work in 4x4. So I'm happy to say that a lot of the product actually got used, which is always the goal, right? We don't want to kind of have a huge stash all the time with these products. We want to use them. And actually, because I moved this year, as most of you know, that I actually can't even find whatever. I know I had the heart leftover vellum pieces. I can't find them. They must be still packed away, or I packed them really well and it's somewhere in a box I have not discovered yet. But overall, the format for each day is great, because I also do my favorite photo for the opening. I have the, day or night picture so I used all those chipboards. I have the room photo and then the flat lays. And I think those two lend itself to just very nice stories without the words, because the words are throughout the pages. Okay, that will be the formula. So, we'll always start off with the acetate. I do have a good photo. It's almost like my favorite photo of the day. This one I just liked taking the selfie because all my gray hairs show right there. They all dyed together. And so I do have an appointment at the end of the week to have that fixed. The next page will be the room photo I was talking about, like taking a picture of my kitchen the way it looks right now, my living room, our bedroom, because since we've just moved in, I know that there will be like projects to paint the walls and buy furniture and stuff. So it's at its like bare bones right now. So I thought that would be good journaling to show what the house looks like initially this first year. Hasn't even been a year. Then the journaling ING card will be there. I made a flip. I have 2 more spots for photos. I'll add the schedule there. So I do have to finish writing this, but at least I have it ready now for the rest of the day. So I made this change yesterday, which was Wednesday. So I have Wednesday, today, Thursday, I'm being good. And then I can continue on with the journaling. And I feel like having at least these 3 sheets plus that ING card, the room talk, and then any other spots I can add a journaling card is more than enough journaling. So it's good to see the hourly breakdown. I have the colored page from the journal as well. And I don't mind all the color that may not match, because this is a yellowy color compared to the orange of this. Doesn't bother me. Details of the day. I'll always stamp out using one of those chipboard pieces that came with it, just so I can use all of this up. And then this card, this 4 square card, will have one of these story prompts from the chipboard set too. So we have stuff I love right now around here. Today's story, work, life, you get the idea. That'll go here. Then this will be my outfit photo, which will look like, so for instance, this was Tuesdays because I did have it already printed. So it was a work day, so script. So work outfit photo, ING day, more details of the day. And then even things like this, like all of these things are all in either, like enjoying here, the ING words, the book I'm reading, what I ate, things like that. So these photos still have journaling attached to it. It's just not necessarily, I probably will add journaling here, but you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of journaling already. My AM PM shot will always be the next photo here. So I have I've been good every day. So I have night, all of it to use the large chipboard. This side will have my flat lay photo. So I have to print those out. I have the newspaper clipping there. Then this is where I added, I think, another 3x4 insert. I did have it optional on my plans, so just more room for journaling and or quote cards. Then afternoon play, and then we'll finish with the gratitude and feelings. And then, like I said, this will be able to have a resting spot, and then Tuesday will begin here. So hopefully I'll show you some footage for the rest of it right now on fast forward, because it'll be just repetitive. But at least I'm comfortable with where I spaced them out, because I could have put all of these 3 sheets together, but I didn't want to. I liked having like the paper and then some, page protector and then the paper and a large photo. So I liked that diversity. And so, yeah, that's the formula. So hopefully I have footage. Keep on watching, and I will also have a complete flip through at the end of putting this album together. Okay, so some of my initial journaling, the footage was lost because I did go ahead and use my Mega Date stamp on all the paper hearts. This one, like I'm writing, taping down right now. So the hearts have the mega date stamp. And I did go through and print out all of the, I think 8x10s that are using one of the AM, PM, day, night, evening, morning pictures. So that worked out well. Then I went ahead and configured all of these with my outfits, I think, off screen, but I just didn't punch the holes in the strip of acetate. So I'm very proud. I used like every bit of the acetate. And so that was some of the footage that was lost. But overall, I do promise you a completed flip through once this is done. But I just wanted to show a little bit more of that footage throughout the course of the week of me putting it together. Some of them did not have, the pages that I ripped out from the journal did not have enough slack in them where the hole punches wouldn't be in the way. So I did add like a 1.5 inch strip of pattern paper to the edges in order to give me the spot to hole punch. So that happened per day. And I did try to keep up with the photo printing. For the most part, I will say, just to kind of do it in bulk, I did send it to Walgreens. There's a Walgreens right at the corner of my community, and they had a 50% off coupon this week. So it wasn't that big of an expense to do it, even though I do have all the capabilities of doing it here. But I just would kind of edit the photos, make my little, 4x6 collages of 2 3x4s, and just kind of put them into a folder. And so literally I just printed it per day. So I have an envelope per day from Walgreens that I marked with like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And that process made it very easy as well. Now, in some instances, did I still probably print out more photos than I think I needed? Absolutely. And some of those stories, like we always say as a trick to this project, can be told on any of the days, because some of them that I know I moved around intentionally because I needed another spot were like stories about my dog, dogs. I have 2, because the littlest one, the Doxy, I do sleep with, and so it's just this quick story about like how I sleep with her every night. So intentionally that can be told on any of those days. I also was ranting about our little shoe closet because I haven't figured out a piece of furniture or a system to have our shoes. So they're just thrown haphazardly on the floor, and it's always like a search to find your left and the right shoe. And once again, that story can just be told on any day, but it's just the rant. So one of those things where I say like that will change as the Week in the Life projects go, because hopefully by the next Week in the Life, I will have a system for our shoes. You can see the shoe picture right there. See what I mean? So these are the things that I hope you, when you're looking at your projects and not necessarily taking them in every day, it still works out to tell these stories. So the outfits worked out great every day, and then the acetate sheets as well over it. I really do like the effect, and I'm glad I got to use these large stitch heart pockets for it, because once again, they were sitting in my stash and need to get used in this lovely album. So my weekends are always chock full of events too. We just had a busy weekend because between going to like a consignment store, having a play date, coming home because she wanted to go to the pool, and then on Saturday I literally had like my Mother's Day photo shoot. We had a lot going on. And stop it too, the story with the Mother's Day photo shoot. I try to do it every year to have like a mommy and me moment, because as we always say, I am always taking the photos. I'm never really getting all the good shots with me and my daughter. So I always like to have a photographer take a few and stop it if it started to pour down rain like immediately when we got there. So I hope she has like the initial 4 or 5 shots, and then like my hair just puffed and we were all just wet, and we were at a park on a bridge and the rain started. So we'll see what I get from that photo shoot. Maybe I have to do it again. And then also these park photos were so cute. So even in this instance, like I was like, should I have a journaling card about the park? But no, I just figured double page spread all the park photos, and that worked out well too. So I don't think you'll see any of my flat lays because I did them all in the same day and then sent them to print in this instance. So the flat lays are just going to be, like I was telling you, like things I use in the morning, things in my bag, like our house is like favorite snacks on rotation. Evening routine, I think those two lend a good story, and it's good in an album like this as well. Then on the weekends, I did work on, we had a birthday party to go to. It was Teacher Appreciation Week, and I got my Book of the Monk box, so I was making gifts and reading a new book. And that's also fun about this too, because things I read, because I did enjoy everything I read this week. So yes, this is a big project, and for what I can reflect already, just doing this voiceover and almost having it completed, is that this is my most detailed one, meaning it's the chunkiest, thickest, and the most journaling I've done in this story. B, I've learned to observe my life in a different way. That helped a lot. C, I also need to give a shout out to, I think it was Linda Jordan, who mentioned the timer that is available on the Apple Watch. Truly, that is how I got to be in a majority of these photos. I did not realize that was a feature. I don't know where I've been, because on my Wednesday days is truly like my errands and cleaning the house day, and I was able to put my phone every which way and have the timer from my watch, and I got into a majority of my photos, and I'm so psyched about that. So the Apple Watch timer is a game changer for this project in particular, because I was able to get me involved in those tasks, because usually I'm just taking a picture of laundry, but you know, in this one's I did position the phone to be like to take pictures of me getting gas, or me actually like pulling laundry out of the laundry, or me mopping the floors, and those are pictures I have never taken ever. So I'm glad I have them this year in this album. So great album, really chunky, enjoyed it, and stay tuned for a flip through coming up. Holy moly. So I'm going to just do the rest off camera. You saw I have a few larger photos to print, and then just finish up the journaling. That is a chunky album, y'all. Love it, love it. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. Give this video a thumbs up. And until next time, everyone, bye.